Hello, this is John Snider, and I'm sitting here in my little Mosquito XE Helicopter. I thought you might like to go out and ride along with me for a flight to do a touchdown auto rotation. Before we go, I'll point out some things on the instrument panel that you might want to observe throughout the flight. For anyone who doesn't know, here on the left is the airspeed indicator. It's graduated by graduations of 10 miles per hour. There's 20 miles per hour, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. Top center here is the combination engine and rotor RPM gauge. On the right is the engine RPM. On the left is the rotor RPM. The two needles work together like this and display in percent. Throughout the flight, the engine and rotor RPM will be up here right near the middle to top portion of the green band. Except when we go into the auto rotation, the engine needle will drop to 0 and the rotor will stay right there in the green band as we do our 180-degree turn to touchdown. Here on the right is the combination altimeter and vertical speed indicator. Sitting here on the ground, I've got it set to 0. Down here in the lower left corner is the vertical speed indicator, and it's indicating 0 feet per minute right now. Over here is the Tiny Tac combination hour meter and digital tachometer. Right now it's indicating that the helicopter has 64 hours on it. And when we start up, you'll see the engine RPM displayed. Here in the lower center is the combination exhaust gas temperature and cylinder head temperature gauge. On the left here is the EGTs. There's 2 of them for the 2 cylinders. On the right is the cylinder head temperatures. The 2 leftmost bars are the 2 cylinder head temperatures. The third one here, I have a thermocouple on my splitter gearbox, and the fourth one over, I have a thermocouple on the tail rotor gearbox, so I've got onboard gearbox temperatures. Whichever bar is black as they scroll through is the temperature that's being indicated up here in the digital format. And there's one of those for the CHTs and for the EGT. Again, whichever one is black is the temperature being indicated at that time. Looking down below is my oral warning system for the master caution system. Basically, when armed, any red light will cause a subsequent oral warning as well. So I have warnings for over temperature, under and over rotor RPM, and under and over voltage. And if I just go up to test, you'll hear the system. We'll just turn it off for right now, and as we get ready to start up, I'll turn it on and it will be going off because of the low rotor RPM that's indicated, and it'll keep honking until it gets up into the green band. Alright, let's go fly. Ignition switch on. Crack the throttle. And here we go. I'll just go ahead and arm the warning system. And we'll run the engine on the Tiny Tac up to about 3,200 RPM. And now we'll just hold it there while the centrifugal clutch gets completely engaged. Locked in, so we'll go ahead and roll the throttle right on up into the green band. And you can you a beam point on 3. 1, 2, 3. There's the roll-off, pull-down collective. Going for 50, we'll start our turn, pull just a little bit of pitch, keep the rotor from overspeeding. There's our point, dead ahead, got a dog in the middle of it. Nice cyclic flare, level the attitude, full pitch, and set down. And you can see we're pretty much right in the middle of our circle here. There's the white line, all the way around, and the other reflector. Well, I hope you enjoy watching. Let me know what you